The top headlines. Man convicted 8-year jail term for holding minor girl in forced captivity. Imphal-Jiribam road cut off by massive landslide. And Kang Chingba or Rath Yatra celebrated with gaiety and religious fervor in Manipur. Welcome back. You're watching ISTV English News at 4. This is Soyopi giving you the news in detail. A man has been convicted to 8 years of rigorous imprisonment for holding a minor girl in forced captivity. It has been reported that, taking into consideration that the convict committed the offense while he has a wife and 2 children and the mental condition of the victim, the court sentenced the man to 8 years of rigorous imprisonment and he has to pay a fine of ₹1 lakh, failing which he has to undergo simple imprisonment for 1 year. In connection with a case filed against Lairenjam Nauba, 23, son of late Lairenjam Mera of Lairenjam Awang Laikai, a special judge, Fast-Track Special Court Number 1, Manipur, R.K. Memchad Devi, conducted a hearing where the court announced the sentence of the convict. It was stated that if the convict paid the fine, a sum of ₹80,000 will be paid to the victim. Due to the torrential rainfall, a massive landslide occurred again in an area between Luangchum and Rangkung village along National Highway 37 in None district. This location has been known for frequent landslides or mudslides zone because of the loose soil sliding down from the steep mountain whenever it rains. According to the PRO of the road construction company, the clearance of the mud debris might take for a while. Many vehicles, including loader trucks and private vehicles, are stranded on both sides of the landslides area waiting for the clearance. The Kang festival, which is held annually, was observed today at Konung Mangmang as part of the festival. Before setting the statues of the deities Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra on the chariot, devotees offered floral tributes at Sri Govindaji temple and sought blessings, and numerous people attended the religious ritual that was performed. The festival brought together diverse communities, transcending religious differences in a celebration of unity and togetherness. Later, the statues of Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra were placed on intricately decorated chariots, which were then pulled by devotees in a vibrant display of faith and reverence. To ensure no untoward incident occurred during the pulling of the chariot or Kang, police, traffic police, Manipur Fire Service, Indian Red Cross Society, Manipur State Branch, volunteers and public extended assistance.
Ngasi iramda Manipur gi kunung gi Kang singba Manipur Kang singba gobinji habsi amna nungaiba akhoi gisu ani iramdam ni hin hau prup ni na asig ma Kang sing si amna nungai hau kiba sahi kaya ta problem kaya thoki na Manipur parja sida masa manai sin na siba tawba ngam na khibadu ngasi Kang sing si atuk imti nungai maramdi Ishor sigi thawjana Manipur gi hujik thoi ba tangdulai ta da basi ngasi Ishor lingthopi matam ga loina na masa manai gi sa phaba bor piram sinu sik na ingba pusinu sagba Manipur sida awana ta da ba oisnu haiwa khallo sida khoisu saru ya jabini.
Governor of Manipur Ajay Kumar Bhala visited the Govindaji temple in Imphal today on the occasion of Rath Yatra. The governor offered prayers at the temple and prayed for peace, prosperity and the well-being of the people of Manipur. He also extended his greetings to the people of the state on this auspicious occasion. A delegation of former members of the autonomous district councils called on Governor of Manipur Ajay Kumar Bhala at Raj Bhavan today and submitted a memorandum. The memorandum expressed concern over the delay in holding ADC elections in the state and highlighted the various challenges and issues arising from the non-conduct of the elections. The delegation urged the governor to take necessary steps for conducting the ADC elections in the interest of the people residing in the hill areas. Retired Brigadier N. Romeo, who has recently joined as member of the Manipur Public Service Commission, also called on the Governor of Manipur at Raj Bhavan, Imphal. The Kathokatom Naulong and Tangkhul Naga Valley Students Association have strongly condemned the unwarranted act of Kuki mob attack on the Ukhrul-bound winger and the assault on its driver and passengers at Mongkok Chepu village on 26 June 2025, which injured a lady passenger and the winger driver. The two organizations also condemned the behavior of the Mongkok Chepu village chief, who threatened the passengers while under the influence of alcohol. It accused the Kuki community along the Ukhrul-Imphal road of consistently provoking conflict and ignoring efforts for peace since May 3, 2023. Despite issuing ultimatums by Tangkhul Naga Katlong and having meetings with Kuki chiefs, they claimed their efforts have been disregarded, leading to continued tensions. An ultimatum has been issued demanding that miscreants involved in the recent incident be produced within 24 hours. Failing to comply will lead to severe consequences, including a complete blockade of Kuki movement along the Imphal-Ukhrul Road, National Highway 202, and restriction of Kukis in Ukhrul district. It also warned that further actions will be taken unless their ultimatum is met. Rimsgate Transporter Joint Administrative Council has announced that without permission from the Transport Department, electric rickshaws have been banned from transporting patients towards Rims Road and Rimsgate. Speaking at a press briefing held at Rimsgate, Media Coordinator of Transporter Joint Administrative Council, KH Bota Luang, further stated that without approval from the Transport Department, e-rickshaw has been carrying out passenger service and tension has been erupted frequently between the e-rickshaw drivers and passenger service auto drivers permitted by Transport Department. He also recalled that on May 8, the Director of Transport Department had even issued a notice banning electric vehicle e-rickshaw from plying on Rims Road and near Rimsgate. He also highlighted that there has been many cases of theft reported inside Rims Hospital after unknown diesel auto rickshaw, petrol auto rickshaw and e-rickshaws started operating without permission from the concerned authority.
Sidagi Jumja Kasan Missidagi Horaga, Equa, Drive Satargani, Rim Sariba Tari Kotase, Masilok Tok Biro, Adugo Tasena, Transport Department, PB Riba, Origin Amsung Destination do, Niktina Tarkan, Genbu, Maduda Koi, Rimsket Transporter, Kangunasu, support Tokjaka Hagwapum Sima. Rimsket Power Siliba, Rimsket Ki, Society Association, Nataba Habitat, Rimsket the Pakto, Nataba, seizing share, Awang Tangba Berek, Western side to the police barrack labor don't knock on the Tabiro, Hydra July Gitari, and Nisi Degidi, Hydra Garising set to the Tabiro Habisum, so Quena, Nasigi, Pressmiki Kutang the Pau Pizzery.
Advocate Ngangom Tej Kumar has been reappointed as the legal advisor of ISTV Network for the term 2025 to 2028. It may be mentioned that the Advocate Ngangom Tej Kumar has served as the legal advisor for ISTV Network since its inception and has produced several legal-related programs. The distressed residents of Hengang Mayay Lekay who have been immensely affected by the flood which took place on May 31 have claimed that apart from few relief materials, they have not received any aid or support for public infrastructure or financial support from the government. It may be mentioned that about 200 families were affected by the flood and their houses were left destroyed. The flood victims spoke to media persons at Waikom Maning Community Hall, where they further informed that in a bid to repair flood-battered river embankments, residents sought to collect soil from Hengang Hill, only to be halted by the Forest Department. They also lamented that the Water Resources Department has not initiated any measure to repair the damaged riverbanks. The victims made earnest appeal to the state government to compensate losses from the flood.
DC hanjan lakpiyu kamai tawrino habiya lakpidaba thokriba thodokse akoi yam luna dipse yam luna kai maram oiraga akoi masida kai ga mangi basiti soina aduna adu mangi aduna de habiti sengna kai gi matam dum khangraba atani returning wall chaliba maong mato mayam jingasi am akoina separation ona pendaba maruina mamangda khar returning wall si ahumnak 3 times sugra mari rak sugra returning wall dinga nam sama sakre sigi nammi ba mayam singasi maruina department side ge karam maong da phagada ge ju kam to lokotaba adegi lambi ji da hujil lairiba nakan ani makse drain je amata yadaba tawhonning ba je tawktaba wana taina ba maong da akoi mathan da form thagal u adegi form du lalamme adugi nangi property ge chana de adu tawdi haina chom leraga akoi ji parja akoi ji da ngawruk gi phim ma la kan ji da akoi na pressman ji da akoi ji kitang hairaga masi ji na elar ko ka tawra kan da khara phagadra na akoi na tasengna akoi president akoi na samaina kaujabani haba tare.
Convener of Joint Coordinating Committee Hengang Mayai Lekai, Tayenjam Santa, too, shared the losses suffered by the residents from the flood. He alleged that the poor construction of the retaining wall carried out by the government along the river had led to the breach of riverbanks, thereby flooding the region. He then sought attention of the PR government to address the grievances of the flood-affected residents.
Toren Torban si Tona Honaba Matamda, Anapuda Leba, Hangang Sing Sidegi Leba, Low Zagi and Honaba Matamda, I think Mama Pibiri, SEP Environment Campaign Committee Haba, Masigi Chairman Sina, Mutum Inaubi, Apoko Giming Lake Hidraba, Mutum Tarazao, Haiba Mua Sina Yamna Toina, I coin Sing Sidegi, Asigum Mabar, Akai to Sim Kodaki, mention the Honaba Matamda. Magna police the power he piba lana yoina sina basunata ba prajamyam yoina khungangsi kanana ba hona jabada athingba se yaragadi lokthokpiu iranai natraga thika woina tawgi damuktadi mahaki athingbidu sanabiu aduga prajagi woina mayamgi woina tawpa matamdi asigumna athingbasi tawbiganu kariguma makhadana mayamgi oiba thabak thoramda athingba pir labadi si mutum inaubi mahak masada laikai amadi committee na lawrpa action da masana yajagadobani haiba.
MLA of Kumbi Assembly constituency S. Prem Chandra inspected embankments of Manipur River and assessed their condition to identify areas vulnerable to breaches. It was stated that the MLA had handed over funds to Chairman of Administrative Committee Borayangbi Gram Panchayat T.H. Romesh and village chiefs of the Gram Panchayat to repair the vulnerable embankments. During his visit, MLA S. Prem Chandra was urged by the residents to repair the weak embankments along Chairil, Laingang Tabi, Kulatpat, Wangu Sandangkong of the constituency to prevent flooding during heavy rain. The MLA also assured the residents to take up timely appropriate measures to prevent further breach of riverbanks. Secretary Board of Secondary Education Manipur S. Jitelal Sharma in a press release informed that the upcoming high school leaving certificate compartmental or special examination 2025 to be conducted by the Board of Secondary Education Manipur will be held from 30th June to 7th July, and as such he appealed to all concerned to refrain from imposing blockade, strike or organizing any other forms of agitation while extending the best wishes to all the candidates. International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking was observed in Senapati District on Thursday. Rallies and awareness program on drug abuse and illicit trafficking were organized at various places across the district. A rally participated by police personnel, officers, men and VDF personnel took off from Senapati police station and marched till All Gate. Banner and placards displaying anti-drug messages were held by the police personnel during the rally. Similar rallies and awareness programs were also held at different police stations at Maram, Tatubi, Mao and Tungjoy. On the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, District Police urged individuals, communities and organizations to join hands in the fight against drug abuse. The revised edition of the Thado Kuki MIL textbook for class 11 and 12 titled Tugil Lagil Bu Timtu Le Jela was officially released today at Elite Higher Secondary School, Kangpokpi. The textbook, edited by D.L. Hokip and published by the Thado Kuki Literature Society, Manipur, was formally released and dedicated by Chairman of the Kangpokpi Town Churches Fellowship, Reverend K. Hangshing, who graced the occasion as the ceremonial minister. Chairman of TKLS Ngam Khohau Hokip informed that the revision was undertaken following directives from the Council of Higher Education Manipur in alignment with the National Education Policy 2020 and the National Curriculum Framework 2023. The original MIL Thado Kuki textbook, which has been in use for over 2 decades, has now been updated to meet contemporary academic standards. The revised edition includes additional chapter contributed by notable writers from the community, enriching the literary and cultural value of the book, he said. Christian Grammar School on Friday organized Dharti Aba Janjatiya Utkarsh Abhiyan as part of 150 days awareness and benefit saturation camp at their school premises. Vice President of Tamenglong District Bar Association Advocate Daniel Kamswan spoke as resource person. Christian Grammar School Principal Panmay H. Clement attended as chief host of the awareness campaign. In his keynote address, Panmay H. Clement said that the campaign would benefit people in long run in the future as tribal people. The present government is trying to uplift the tribal people and many schemes are being implemented, he added. The principal has asked all the students to spread the message to parents, relatives and near and dear ones about the entitled government schemes for tribal people. Speaking on the occasion, resource person Daniel Kamswan urged all to write full name without short form every time. Many people are facing problems with different names in PAN card, voter card or Aadhaar card on educational certificates. This is basic needs to get government schemes. If people use different names in education certificate, voter card or any Aadhaar card, they are not eligible for government entitled scheme, Daniel Kamswan said. A pamphlet containing basic amenities covered under Dharti Aba Janjatiya Utkarsh Abhiyan was distributed to parents and students participating in the campaign. We have the regional news. The Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited today successfully capped the leaking crude oil well in Assam's Sivasagar. Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Hardip Singh Puri announced that the blowout, which started on the 12th of this month, has been capped successfully within the shortest possible time, following the best practices. He commended the crisis management team of ONGC along with the international well control experts for stopping the gas well blowout through meticulous planning and concerted efforts. The minister noted that the operation was executed in a safe manner without any injury, casualty or fire, testifying the competency of crisis management. International news. U.S. President Donald Trump hints a great deal with India after the U.S.-China trade deal, while emphasizing that the U.S. does not plan on making the collaboration with every country. Furthermore, in the recent White House event, the Republican president strongly criticized congressional Democrats, accusing them of leaking classified information about recent U.S. military strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities and called for them to be prosecuted, while also expressing dissatisfaction with the media's handling of the leaked intelligence, leading to a demand for the dismissal of the journalist who reported the incident. Let's look at the headlines once again. Man convicted 8-year jail term for holding minor in forced captivity. Imphal Jiribam road cut off by massive landslide. And Kang Chingba or Rath Yatra celebrated with gaiety and religious fervor in Manipur. Thank you for watching Istv English News. See you at 8 with